Hey everyone, welcome back to Plurmped. I am Gianni Francis, and this is Gianni Answers. I'm going to answer a question for Ask Amy, who I tend to disagree with. So, dear Amy, my son and his wife have been married for almost 10 years. Recently, his wife explained to me that they are polyamorous. I did not really know what this was. She explained it and said that she wants to be honest with everyone. I was in total shock. After they left, I thought about what she told me. I love them both. I want them to be happy. They were married in her church, and I do not understand this. I want to be a part of their lives, but I do not know that I can cope with them bringing other intimate partners to our family gatherings, which is one of the things she said she would like to do. I don't know anyone who has experienced this. How can I keep my relationship with my son? My daughter-in-law wants open and honest acceptance. She says they have the right to live their lives the way they want to, but do I have any rights to what I am feeling about all this? I'm in shock and trying to process this. Your advice, confused mom. Well, confused mom, my condolences. This is truly heartbreaking. Polyamory is something that I don't really understand either, because as far as I know, humans are jealous. And that jealousy can only really be hidden. It doesn't go away. It can be buried deeply, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. So I had some friends that were polyamorous, and I really couldn't understand how they weren't jealous of one another, and how some of them in their group were more successful at finding intimate partners than others. It truly baffles me. And I think that there's a lot of problems in your relationship, your son and his wife's relationship. And what I mean is, they've been married for 10 years. Where are their children? Why don't they have children? Polyamory is probably coming as a result of them being childless. They are bored, and so they want to spice it up with other partners. Well, if they had children, they wouldn't need to spice it up with other partners because they would have a family to care about. So that's the first red flag, that you didn't mention that they had children. So I'm assuming that they don't have children. That is the point of marriage, to have children. If your son and his wife wanted to have a polyamorous relationship, then they should not have gotten married. So this must be a recent development with them, and it must come because they are probably approaching middle age, and they want to spice their life up because they've plateaued, because they have not had a family yet. They've not started a family yet. I wonder whose decision this was also. If it's like a mutual thing between them, then again, it's because they don't have children and they've plateaued and they're bored with one another. So polyamory is not it's not natural because humans have this thing called jealousy, and it doesn't matter if someone claims they aren't jealous, because that just means that they're lying to themselves, or they're burying their jealousy deeply within themselves, and it's going to erupt in a bad way because they are not acknowledging this fact of their feelings. How do you keep a relationship with your son? Well, you be honest with him and her, and you say, I do not have to accept your polyamory. I do not have to accept strangers at my family gatherings that you want to bring along. I can tell anyone I want not to come to my house. If you want to bring strangers to my house for Christmas, I'm sorry, you cannot. Just be blunt and honest with them. They want acceptance. Well, not everything is acceptable. There's some things in life that are not acceptable. Of course you can be tactful about it. Of course you can be kind about it. But you do not have to accept this polyamory bullshit, because that's what it is. Tell your son and your daughter-in-law to have children. Tell them that they are doing something. I mean, she got married in a church, so she has to have some religious values, right? She has to know that marriage is a sacrament. I'm really offended by polyamory. That's why I use the bad word. I'm sorry, kids, I use the bad word. But I'm offended by polyamory, and it seems like, confused mom, you are too, and you have every right to be. You do not, for the safety reason, you don't want strangers at your house for family gatherings. Just be that blunt. If your wife or if your daughter-in-law wants to be with another man, then she should divorce your husband, divorce your son, and be with another man. There is no such thing as polyamory, all right? So you keep your relationship with them, and you be honest with them about how you feel about it, and you do not have to accept this, okay? You can be honest and not accepting, and that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly normal. So I'm really trying to hold myself back from using more foul language, but confused mom, you're in my prayers. Your couple, your son and his wife, they are in my prayers. And everyone should pray for this couple and pray for people that are considering polyamory. They should just start a family, for God's sake. All right. This has been Johnny Francis with Johnny Answers, and I'll see you guys next time.